Yeah, so, well, I'm Michelle. I work as a product manager at IQ. I work closely with, in general, I work closely on the business side and on the technical side as well. Business side in a sense that, how can we, as part of the product management team, how can we support our mission through strategic decisions that we make based on the problems that we're trying to solve? How does that rolls up to the strategic plans and things like that? On the technical side, I work closely with the developers to ensure that our tactical items still support our overall strategic plan. So both sides, I'm kind of like in the middle, and I work closely with the technical people, with the designers, and most importantly, our customers as well.
So I thank you for joining. I don't think I've ever interviewed a product manager, at least not in this format. And you're gonna take the brunt of my questions just about being in that balance. Like you're in this translator role but like, do you have a technical background?
No, I don't. I started as a business analyst, and when I joined IQ, um, I was in a product owner role, and then we transitioned to product management or product manager role.
Uh, I I don't know the difference. Do other people know the difference? What's the difference between product owner and product manager?
Product owner is more like the tactical side of things. When I described the business and the technical side at the beginning, the technical side is the role of the product owner. So they own the backlog, they work closely with the developers, identify what features need to get prioritized first. Whereas the product manager per se is on the business side, getting out of the office, learning more about our what our customers are going through, what pain points do they have, and learn to identify how we can make that better for our customers.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
thank you. So what what products or customer experiences do you work with, or are like, is it, I don't know how to ask the question. Are there specific products or teams, or how is your work organized?
I work with Team Gill specifically right now. They're a group of smart developers at IQ. In terms of products, I started working with Team Gill when we were still working on the RQ mobile Android version. Our first user is Samsung. So we started on that project, got it out, and then now we're working on another project, which is RQ Standby.
Well, thank you. So I sort of, you and I got connected. First of all, you're just amazing. It would have been a great interview no matter what. But I particularly was hunting down somebody to talk about the status, IQ
Status
metric
page.
status. So
Oh
so
yeah,
that was that was you in some ways. So were you the
yes,
product manager on status?
yes. I was a product manager. I got assigned to that project a few weeks before we went on internal beta. But yes, you're right. I'm the product manager for Status Page.
So I officially want to plug this if anybody's watching this and doesn't know it. I think it's status.iqmetrics.com. And I was blown away. And you're just going to have to sit and listen to me talk about it for a moment. And because I know it wasn't just you, it was a whole team effort.
Yeah,
It is so clean. It is so transparent. It just, for me, um, it brings out just how we should present ourselves enterprise wide, or to enterprise clients, like just how clear and honest and easy to read all of that stuff is, um, for our clients to just have trust in us
exactly. Yeah.
across all
Um,
products.
yeah,
Go ahead.
very true.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, you're right. I think this all came about when what happened last Black Friday. So we kind of want to make sure that um, we want to improve our transparency, like you said, and gain the trust of our clients. So we have their back. More importantly, I think it is a basic customer need that as a company we recognized, hence we introduced this type of solution. A basic need that, you know, every customer, may that be B2C, B2B, need to be aware of what's going on and need to be assured that we have their back and we're on top of things and that we're going to resolve it for them so they can continue worry about what matters most, which is, you know, their customers, gaining revenue and things like that. So that's the overall goal of the status page, I would say.
Well said. I that status page, it isn't the definition you though. It actually seems like it was a little bit different than a lot of the other products that you work on. Or is that sort of the nature of the job that you just things like that come up, or was that one an anomaly?
What do you mean exactly? Sorry.
Uh, that like that you're usually Gil, so pay or is it that's integrations.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Uh, so
So the,
so
yeah, go
so
on, sorry.
where did that one come from? Or
Um,
do you just anything that shows up on the queue you just work on?
no. Basically, RQ mobile Android was wrapping up at that time. And it just so happened that I'm available to help out, and they need to help out and make sure that there's a smooth process of delivering this to our internal beta clients as well as external. So I kind of helped out on that. Again, it's a team effort. I believe if not, all of the recognition should actually go to the people who thought of this in the first place. Brand, the IM team, Tanya, Trish, many more. What I did to help out is to make sure that we prioritize the right features that we want to be in there, so that we can create more value to our potential users. And at the same time, make sure it gets delivered on time, because I think they started working on this product shortly after Black Friday 2019. And then we're on internal beta in May. So I joined the team, I think a month before that, and, you know, got it moving to internal beta. And then we're now on full scale launch.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to repeat what I heard you say because I think it applies to any project then. You prioritize the features that need to get done and make sure it gets delivered on time. What else does your role do? Like you talk about having to intersect with a lot of different users.
Mm-hmm.
What does that entail to do that? Or
Yeah, great question. One of the things that we did during the controlled release of the status page is we provide an avenue for our beta users to provide their feedback. And that's one of the things that we want to be good at, making sure that our actual users are providing their feedback, we're getting their thoughts. We ask the right question, so we know what's actually valuable for them, because we can guess, you know, for a month within IQ, ask people to use it within IQ, but the most important customer are our actual customers. And, you know, the more realistic data, the better we can make decisions along the way. So we did reach out to them every single step of the way, and we got a pretty good feedback. Yeah.
I think historically, we err on the side of not talking to our customers enough. Uh, and it sounds like you're out there talking to them. Like, how do you ensure that you're out there talking with our customers or making sure that you connect with them enough?
In general, the first step is to reach out to the CM first. So I do that. And then I ask the CM to introduce me and then set those meetings up so we can ask them questions, show them some mocks, show them what we have today. Like, for example, the status page, show it to them and then get their feedback. Specific to status page, we didn't get a luxury to be in the same room as the customer. So the least that we could do, based on the time that we were given, is to send them sort of like a survey link. Send them an invite to join our beta program first, get them as a subscriber. So whenever there's an issue, whenever there's an outage, we notify them, and then have like a feedback form that they can complete so they can assess specific metrics that we've actually identified as part of, as a group. So we have the IM team, different stakeholders, even a content and marketing team. We got them involved to identify what sort of like metrics we want to assess to make the next decision, which is essentially to launch this out to production to a more bigger audience.
That's great. It really helps me get a much better sense. Hopefully everyone can have a better sense of how we create that value. That's great. I'm rushing us through conversation, but I'm sort of curious about looking forward, or just what challenges or progress is going to happen for your role, and where do you see even like just the role of PM in the future? So too many questions in there. Let me restart. We won't cut any of this. What is the future of what is the future demands for the PM role at IQ Metrics?
I think that's a kind of like a difficult question, but from the top of my head, I would see a PM role evolving to someone who can make the right decisions based on data. I think we're slowly getting there. Instead of making decisions based on intuition, like intuition is great, observations, qualitative feedback, all of those are great, but I do see us making that progress of making decision based on specific numbers, based on specific metrics that we've actually gathered during, say, the validation process or during experimentations and things like that. So, yeah.
I can see how that all connects. It just seems like it's so easy to just intuitively say what's needed compared to the work required to go ask the questions, gather the data, and maybe change your mind if it's not what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah. There's a lot of biases in making those decisions because like we're not actually users. Like we can only be like proxy customers, one point or another. Even the CMs, they're pretty much involved with our clients, but to think about it, they're still just proxy customers. So I do see the PM role evolving to a point where we're actually talking to real customers. It's easy to talk to them. We can just reach out to them directly. And in terms of making decisions, base that on data and quantitative data.
I want to thank you. This is really interesting, and it's totally met all of my hopes for this one. So thank you very much.